Yesterday evening, I was watching a Rowan Atkinson video on free speech. It's on YouTube, so if you want to watch it, it's worth a watch. But it got me thinking about this idea of free speech again, and it feels like ideas like censorship and whatnot are coming back into vogue again. So I kind of wanted to do this video. So the issue with free speech, it's kind of been the issue forever, is that on the one hand, on the upside, free speech allows for creativity, right? It allows for people to communicate their good ideas, and it allows for unfettered creativity, right? Blue sky thinking. On the other hand, on the downside, it allows bad ideas to also proliferate, right? And it feels like there are several methods of people trying to deal with this idea that bad people can talk about their ideas, and that those bad ideas can become bigger and affect more people, and bad stuff can happen because of that. So, firstly, there's the idea of suppression and censorship, all right, which in my mind isn't a great idea given the derivative nature of creativity. Now, in theory, you could say, let's say George comes up with a bad idea and he wants to talk to people about it, but he's an extremely unique person. No one will ever have that idea again. In theory, you could just suppress George and do away with that idea for all of time. But the thing is, people aren't that unique, right? You're going to have Fred and Sally over here who are similar to George, and they're going to, when faced with certain circumstances, draw the same conclusions as George and also want to share those ideas with people. So it feels like the logical follow-on from suppression as a method of dealing with bad ideas is that you end up just oppressing like swaths of the population. Now, this would probably depend on like how unique the idea is and how many people would actually come up with the idea, but it's not a great idea in my mind. The other two ideas, a little bit more palatable, and I think more effective in the long term. You have humor, right? This is an original idea, but I think it comes from a short story by Isaac Asimov called In a Good Cause, and that's where I would have got it. The idea being that when you crush a cause or an idea or make a martyr of someone, you romanticize that idea, and you immortalize it pretty much forever, because when people think of that, they're thinking of this wow, these people believed in what they believed, and they fought for it, and they were crushed. They were stamped out cruelly, right? Point being, though, on the flip side of that, if you make fun of a cause, if you discredit it in that manner, no one will ever take it seriously again. That is the end of it, pretty much, which, in my mind, I think humor is a very effective method of dealing with bad ideas. In addition to that, you have the idea of debate, which, again, is in the same vein as humor. I think it's a much better way of dealing with bad ideas. The idea being that hopefully, I think it's pretty certain that good ideas in the long run will, what's the word? They'll win over bad ideas, right? They will be better because they work in the long term. Bad ideas might work in the short term. They might even might be hard to tell good ideas and bad ideas apart in the short term. But in the long term, the good ideas will win out. They will win the day. In addition to that, I think truth will win over lies, at least if any scrutiny is placed on the lies, because truth is borne out in reality, right? So I think there's hope with regards to that type of thing. I think there's hope with regards to the idea of debating ideas and figuring out which is the best and which are really bad. Anyways, hopefully that helps somehow. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to.